What is going on to you, Cancer? So you have the Page of Wands and the Nine of Wands and the Temperance. So a lot of you Cancer crabs very much so are using your patience to really have you put yourself in a very good position. A lot of you Cancers are making some very good decisions. Like it is that I said before, it's a real festive time. A lot of you are pretty much getting the gifts and the things that you really wanted around this time. It being Christmas and stuff like this, the holidays. Some places there's snow on the ground. Not over here right now. And pretty much the Nine of Wands represents you're really putting a lot of pressure on the would-be good connection that thought that they were very much so better than you. I'm getting all these notifications. But then you have the Three of Wands and the Five of Swords, which is about how it is. But a lot of you Cancer crabs are looking out towards better options, because a lot of you are not going to be in a relationship, or especially not the holidays. Spend the holiday season with individuals that are wasting your time because they're dysfunctional, and all of this that they really want to do is just like, you gotta understand the stupidity and the mental illness is a serious thing for a lot of people, though, Cancer crabs. Like, they don't like you, and then they calling you all these crazy names, but then they are around you, and then it's like, which one is it? Pick a side. You know what I mean? Makes sense. Which one is it? Somebody going, So a lot of you Cancer crabs really don't need that. The King of Pentacles, right, is about how a lot of you ultimately, that's another thing too that kind of got you on your nerves, is this King of Pentacles. Just how much, just how deep the rabbit hole goes in said confusion. You're not good enough, and they're sleeping on you, but then they're with you, and it's weird, because it's like, okay, which way does this thing go? Are you with me or are you not? Are you rocking with me or are you not? Which way does it go? You're so much better than me, but yet you're here to grift and take what it is that I have. But if you are so much better than me, people who are better and upright don't take from people who are already down and out. So once again, it just makes things that much more confusing. And then the Hierophant and the Eight of Pentacles is about, so you Cancers know this, and you're like, you know what? It is what it is. You'll just continue to move on, talk to brand new people, associate yourself with new people. I don't really see you Cancer crabs associating yourselves with people that you knew from the past coming up, because a lot of you are probably loners, but a lot of you are very much so going to associate with brand new people. And for you Cancer crabs that are already with somebody, this is just going to get you even closer to the person that you can see eye to eye with. But then you have the Eight of Cups and the Hermit, which is about you cherishing the things that are working for you well in your life, and making sure that you capitalize off of the best situations that you possibly can. And never mind about these goofies, because like it is, as I said before over on my Instagram page, like, why is it that so many people get so bent out of shape about what other people are doing, what the other side is doing? It's like, you can't, like, y'all are delusional in the sense that people who worry so much about this, it's natural to come to my conclusion. Everyone has to come to my conclusion, because this religious, everybody needs to submit, that's part of the problem, because you can't force people who have a free will to do anything that they don't want to do. It's really a matter of, does the person from their own free will want to hang out with you? If they don't want to do that, you can't change minds, you can't change hearts. You could do whatever. You could use manipulation, you could coerce, you could do whatever kind of tactic you want to do. It's not going to work. And a lot of people think that for some odd reason, a lot of people don't want to hear this, and it goes to show you where we are and the psychology of a lot of people. The fact that, once again, Cancers, they couldn't control you. And that lack of control is what it is that they didn't like. You know what I mean? They couldn't control how, sometimes, they couldn't control your emotions, your own thoughts, what you wanted to do. Because Cancer crabs will essentially go against the grain, do their own thing. And so that became a problem for them because of the control issues. And everyone has control issues. But how it is that you are growing and changing is when you learn to get over said control issues. And a lot of people on both sides, regardless of whatever you into, have serious control issues. You got a group of individuals. Let's clarify some of these cards, but let's clarify the Temperance. You have a group of individuals, and I've been talking about it more in these videos, in the sense that only an idiot is choosing the side of the slogan of Sharia law. The idea of only an idiot does that. The idea of, the person has to submit. Because submission, when you say to somebody that you have to submit, what you're implying is you have to break them. You have to break their spirit. You have to break their free will. You have to buck break them. But when you're saying that a person has to choose, totally different. Because what you're implying is you're saying that everyone has to exercise their own free will to decide where it is that they want to go. That's why it is I be clowning these goofies, and why it is that I say that it's pure stupidity on both sides. So let's clarify the Temperance. You got a lot of people who want to control, and it's like, you don't understand how stupid you sound. Control what? Control what? You can't control what another person does. You can control what you do, but you have the Temperance. To clarify the Temperance, you have the Two of Swords, the Chariot, which is you Cancer crabs, the Eight of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, right? So why is it that what it is that I was talking about is relevant? You Cancers are allowing things to come to you, and you're dealing with it accordingly. And it's not a matter of you just being on the defensive. That's not what it's about. It's about you understanding that some things you can be offensive about. Some things you have to surrender and allow to happen to you, and then take up action and then see what happens. And a lot of you Cancers are doing that quite well. Being water signs, you're able to adapt to the times, right? And you're using your wisdom through experience and the common sense that a lot of you have to do your own thing. The Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords now represents, as a result, you very much so. I'll say this though: the Eight of Wands and the Queen of Swords is about you have to understand though that you will have some people that are interested in you, but don't waste their time. Just be straightforward, right? Because one thing that I'm starting to understand too, right, is the lack of straightforwardness that a lot of people tend to have, right, comes from a sense of entitlement, right? So you really want to make sure that, and the reason why it comes from a sense of partially comes from a sense of entitlement, partially, not entirely, is because of the fact that as somebody is trying to get to know you, right, Cancers, are you making it welcoming to them? Are you making it welcoming to them? Like, you have new love interest, you have, new business ventures that are starting to pop off, which is great for you. But can you walk and chew bubble gum at the same time? And what I mean by that is, don't be great to a job and be terrible in a relationship. Be good in both. You have a lot of people who think that they get to pick, and you can pick, but why would you want to pick one or the other. Just do well in both. But, let's clarify. Oh, I'm done. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe.